name's Erica and this is Books Carry Me Away. Today I'm doing a video about all of the completed series that I have on my bookshelves that are collecting dust that I just haven't picked up. I don't know why. There's either one reason or the other in regards to, like, I'm just not in the mood. They're so big and intimidating that I don't want to pick up like a 7 or even 9 book series. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should have read them as they came out, but I don't like doing that. I'm a person that loves to read series and binge them. So I don't know why these are still sitting on my shelves. So I'm going to go through and list the ones that I have that are completed, that as far as I know, there's not anything else coming out. If you guys catch me on it, make sure to call me out in the comment section and let me know down in the comment section too what series you feel like I need to pick up right now and I need to start reading on them. And I'm going to try to do like 1 or 2 sentences to kind of explain either what I know about the books or why I haven't picked them up. So let's get this started. It is so embarrassing and it's really tall. It doesn't even fit on the little thing I've got. So I'm gonna start off with a bang. I've never read a Percy Jackson's book at all. So I have the Percy Jackson's and the Lightning Thief series by Rick Riordan. I just haven't read it. I don't know why. I feel like I have to read it because everybody's read it. So there's that. Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. And I love the movie Inkheart. I thought it was really cute, so I was excited to find out that it was a book series. But these things are huge. Book 3 is probably twice the size of that. Warcross by Marie Lu. I picked it up because I had picked up Ready Player One. It was about the time that Ready Player One movie came out and everybody was on a science fiction kick, and I hear it's very similar to Ready Player One. And I think there's only 2 books in the series, but I just haven't picked it up because I wasn't in a sci-fi mood. Shatter Me by Tahira Moffi. I've heard great things about the first 3 books in this series. The next 3 books in this series, which I think just finished up with Imagine Me, I've heard very mixed reviews, so I'm scared to read it. Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I've heard amazing things about the trilogy. The last book I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard it's a little bit dark. It is kind of a Grim Reaper looking type thing, and I just have to be in the mood to read something dark. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. There's 3 books in this series. I think this is something I could pick up really quick. I just feel like I want to be in that superhero mood, and I feel like that's going to happen very soon. My husband and I are doing a Marvel movie marathon, and I'm so looking for, any type of superhero stuff I can get my hands on. And I Darken by Kirsten White. It's a 3-book series, and I hear it's about a gender-bent kind of Vlad the Impaler. I've heard very mixed reviews. Either you really like it or you don't. I really liked her Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, so I feel like I'm going to like her writing in this too. The Queen's Rising duology by Rebecca Ross. I love the tagline of "He chose betrayal, she chose vengeance." Sounds like a good time. Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd. Heard a lot of hype about it, but then heard it kind of fell flat. It is a duology with Grim Lovelies, and I hear it's about a girl that is known as a beastie, so she is either cursed from an animal to a human girl or a human girl to an animal. I don't remember. Just need to pick it up. The Frostblood trilogy by Ellie Blake. I heard it is about a girl that has to conceal her powers. Something happens and she kind of gets found out and she has to join the rebellion to take down either the Frostfire or Ice Blood. I think they're all respectively named. 1,000 Floor series by Catherine McGee. I heard it was a modern futuristic Gossip Girl. The Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I just picked up the Strange the Dreamer duology. Feel like I need a little bit of a break from Laini Taylor, so she's on hold for a minute. The Songs of Verity duology by V.E. Schwab. It's a V.E. Schwab book. Of course I picked it up. I heard it's about humans and monsters. One plays music and one doesn't. The Bone Witch trilogy by Ren Shipeko. I heard there was necromancy and death magic, and it sounds really spooky. Should be good for Halloween. The Winter's Curse trilogy by Marie Rachowski. I heard thoughts on tomes, which is Sam loves this. It's a good romance, kind of slow burn type deal. I just need to pick it up. And I heard there's a follow-up series that just started. The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. It is a 3-book trilogy. I heard it's got a good slow burn romance. I've seen it all over Instagram, and then I think it's on I've seen it on BookTube too. I think there is another companion series that is also completed, and so there's 2 in that. So a total of 5 books that I need to get on it for Megan Pearson. The 7 Realms novels by Cinda William Chima. I believe the Perused Project and then Brittany the Bibliophile. Love these books. There's 4 books in the first series, and then there's also another 4 in the Shattered Realms trilogy. I could find them in hardback, so I picked them up, and now they're intimidating because there's 8 of them. This one hurts a little bit. The Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. There's 8 books. I am Sarah J. Maas trash because of Avatar, but I'm scared to pick this up because it's 8 books long, and then Kingdom of Ash is Kingdom of Ash. The Kingdom of Ash is huge. It's got a huge ass. Oh, I need to just read them. These are the adult series that I haven't read yet. Nevernight trilogy by J. Kristoff. I've heard so many great things about it. I want to love it. I think I'm going to love it. But I don't want to read it yet because I just want to enjoy it. The Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I heard it is really, really good. I heard it's dark. I hear it's a little bit depressing. I also hear that it takes a little bit of time to get into it because of the perspective. I think it's told in like the second person. So a little nervous to start it. And I also have the Inheritance trilogy by her. It's huge. I feel like I need to read this before I read this. And then she's also got the Dream one too, but I don't have that one yet. The Magicians by Lev Grossman. It is a trilogy. I heard it is kind of an adult Harry Potter, but I hear the character can be really annoying and really depressing, so a little nervous to start it, but I love the TV series that they had on Sci-Fi. Speaking of TV series, The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Parkinson. I loved that series on I think it was on AMC or it's not Sundance or whatever it was. Loved it. Thought I needed to pick up the books. I don't have all the books yet. I'm missing the first 2. I found this one at my local thrift store, so still working on getting those together. The Queen of the Tearling series by Erica Johansson. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Either you really, really love it, or the ones that don't are kind of meh on it. But I always thought the premise of light versus dark. So a princess comes back, has to try to reclaim her kingdom from an evil sorceress, and I just think that sounds really cool. The Ancestor trilogy by Mark Lawrence. It is fighting assassin nuns. Sounds like a really cool concept, and everybody that I've seen or heard that they've read it seem to love it, just unanimously across the board. And then I also hear that he's got a companion series that just came out just a little bit ago, something about ice. And so I have to read this before I read that one. So finishing it off with a big one. The Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. I loved The Hobbit. I thought it was really good. And I feel like if I'm going to call myself a fantasy lover reader, I need to read this trilogy to even classify in that. So I hear you either have a hard time getting into it, or you're able to pick up on it and you just kind of run with it. So I just need to read it. So these are all the completed series that I have on my bookshelf. Either I've just kind of lost interest in them, or waiting for the right time, or they're just sitting there because the size of them are too intimidating and they're just collecting dust. But I have plans to read them all. It's just when and how quickly am I going to read these series, and I would love to hear your guys' comments, suggestions on which ones I need to pick up first, and which ones you loved or which ones you hated. So just strike up a conversation about any of these series with me. Just try not to be spoilery about it, but it happens. And until my next video, guys, I hope you guys get wrapped up in a good book and get carried away by the story. Bye, y'all.